Hey everybody, it is MariahFang. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my 1 year experience on Twitch. It's been a wild ride, and I will say it's been kind of a roller coaster to get here, and by here I mean to actually reach affiliate and all that other fun jazz. So, excuse me microphone, what are you doing? Okay, it's probably because Pooh on here is weighing it down. I thought it'd be a cute little idea to have him on here, but I will get into that later about like props and accessories and my thoughts on that. 1 year on Twitch has been really fun, and it's also been mentally challenging. By mentally challenging, I mean like some of the situations and days where you're just like frustrated at your desk and you're like, why the hell isn't this working? Yeah, sometimes you can be a little crazed out and wanting to just not do it because it's so mentally exhausting trying to get like the 3 average viewers if you especially don't know anybody that can fill in that role. And I guess there's like an increment now where apparently from what I read on Reddit that like it takes 5 minutes or 10 minutes of 5 or 6 more people to be in the same room to count it as an average of 3 viewers, which is like what the okay. And it's been kind of like the hump, I guess, is where you have to get over that in order to get affiliate. So here's some like tips and tricks that I've learned and stuff on how to get affiliate right away and how to like really get your 50 subscribers, because I've noticed that like if you were to just stream on Twitch every single day, I've tried this for like 3 to 4 months where I was like, okay, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be streaming every day. And I may get like 1 or 2 people out of like 4 weeks. And like, this is kind of stupid. Like, how can I get more people on here? It's just ridiculous. People see my stream. What the fuck? When you're flooded by like these big games that freshly come out and there's like 50,000 some viewers already viewing that video. So it makes no sense why yours gets lost in the abyss of this chaos. So how do we get to the forefront so we're not feeling like shit? The first thing that I've noticed is that you have to really build your community. And how do you build that exactly? Because it's kind of like a forest fire sometimes. You don't know what's going on. Everything's on fire. It's like, what the fuck? The best way to have a community is definitely growing it on other platforms. So if you don't have a following right now on Twitch, don't worry about it. It'll come eventually. But the way to get those people outside of Twitch to see your channel, you have to kind of work with TikTok, YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts has been like the best route I've noticed, and TikTok in itself, like just posting that you're a streamer in like the little tag, like, hey, I'm a streamer, check out my videos at twitch.tv/your username, and you tend to have more people that way. But also with TikTok and YouTube Shorts, there is another thing that I should mention. If you record your videos in OBS, or you just download it off of Twitch and you put it into a nice little folder, you slice up the video and you're like, hey, I got a video now made in TikTok format. You can post that to TikTok and people will see that you're a streamer. So there's that part, which is also kind of going into the whole live streaming. Can you do that on Twitch? I believe so. I haven't really dove into that. I think that was like the worst thing I didn't do was actually trying to link up my TikTok to Twitch because I got banned like 6 times on TikTok. So it's so dumb. It was like pre-age when like they were super, oh my god, she's wearing shorts, she must be naked. No, and it's like literally they banned me because of that. It was so stupid. But anyways, they took care of it and they're like, oh, you're fine, you can go back on here. I'm like, I don't trust him till this day. I don't trust being on TikTok, putting myself out there. So and connecting Twitch and TikTok together, I just don't think it's a good idea. So besides like myself mindlessly streaming every single day, I think that was like the worst part of it was like my expectations were like, oh, people are going to come in. No, it's not going to happen right away. You're going to have to like build a community, make friends with other people on TikTok and Instagram, and surely enough, you'll have people start diving into your streams. Well, that's one way to do it. There's other ways. The other ways definitely are uploading to YouTube and word of mouth and like just messaging people. But I feel like if I message people all the time, like, hey, come to my stream, it just seems kind of like you're begging people. And I don't really like to beg people. That's just me. That's my opinion. I don't like to beg people. If you want to come to the stream, cool. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Everyone has a great time. when you're not begging people. Besides building a community, you're also gonna have to figure out your equipment. Don't buy this shit right away. This is great. It looks nice later on, but please, if you have like, hey, look, I don't want to spend a fucking dime in this economy, go with like a cheap USB microphone. This thing has been through hell and back over the last 2-3 years of me just like either streaming on Twitch or like live streaming on YouNow and stuff like that. Like, that is your best friend. Go with this. Don't worry about this shit. Toss it out of here. Get that. The only reason why I say that is because it's expensive. This fucking thing is so expensive, and if you have cats, they will eat this styrofoam. So you're gonna have to buy replacements, and these are not cheap. But anyways, the point of all of this, like, I don't hate the cats. The cats are super nice. They're my cute little babies. My little nephews. You don't need expensive shit. I'm gonna say it. You don't need expensive motherfucking shit. You don't need it. You don't need that expensive stuff. So really try to invest in just like a cheap microphone, and you'll be fine with that. If you're worried about sound, like you have roommates or you have neighbors and stuff like that, try to build a curtain wall, which is all of that. All of that is a curtain wall. And there's curtains on this side and there's curtains on this side. And everywhere the sound bounces off of is nice and soft and it's condensed. So if I were to switch microphones, that's what you would hear with this. It's nice and soft. You can also like determine the gain and stuff like that, so it's not so friggin' loud. Also, you're gonna have to think about what you're gonna be streaming for your camera. I had an A7R2. It's a DSLR camera. You don't need to get a DSLR camera. A webcam is just fine as long as your lighting is sufficient. Now, I stream kind of by a window, sorta, and I get some natural light that way, so it's easier. Like, I can see it, it's coming in, the light is great. I also have a monitor that helps bring the light in too. You can also get these small little lights. I don't recommend these ones in particular because they do kind of suck. They suck if you are light sensitive or if you have blue eyes, green eyes, any eyes that are like super light. If you have dark brown eyes, chocolate eyes, the dreamy eyes that I wish I fucking had, because let me tell you, if you have brown eyes, you can see better with light and your eyes don't fucking burn in the sun. So this is a modified Dasny light. There is wax paper up the wazoo on here with electric tape and more tape just so I don't blind myself. This is a fucking dangerous thing to have, especially with that bright. The lowest that it can go is like about that. That's just with the wax filter. This light, oh my god. I use it as a bounce light, and if you don't know what bounce light is, it's when you take this light, you crank it, and you aim it at a wall. So you see how my shoulder just lights up? Yeah, it basically bounces off a white wall and hits my skin. Or if I want to have like my face kind of glow a little bit brighter, I just put it up there. And then when I turn it off, doom. No more light. So that's a quick tip for lighting. And I don't recommend aiming this at your fucking eyeballs. You will go blind after like 2 hours of staring at it. So the best other light I can say is like a softbox light. Those are nice, but don't aim it directly at you. Try to aim it at walls or like a white board or something so it reflects on you. And I'm only saying that because somebody with green eyes, fucking green eyes out of all things, I love them and I hate them at the same time. Those are my hot tips on lights. I heard the Elgato lights are really amazing, and those are probably the ones I want to go to next. They seem a little bit softer to the eyes and not as harsh and not like putting a gun up to my eyeball. Also, when it comes to your camera, like, yeah, I have an A7 III now, and the lens is a Tamron 28-75 2.8. You don't really need that good of a camera or lens to stream, but it does help bring the viewers to just kind of see who you are and what you look like when you do stream, which also goes into the appearance a little bit. Like, yes, I know I have pink hair. It's bright. Did I do it because of viewers? No, I did it because I fucking love the color pink, and it's just, I always liked pink hair, and I've liked fucking with hair, so that's why I have extensions. But I also want to say that, like, your appearance is gonna have to be something that your viewers want to see. They want to see who is behind the mask of streaming. And if you don't have your camera on, it kind of gives no identity, if that makes sense. If you're worried about your identity, you can wear a mask, you can change your username, you can wear things that will be, that people just want to see something. For some reason, also people have a mask kink these days, so if you wear a mask, good. Not, we don't sexualize this guy. You wear a mask if you want to, you wear what you wear. It's your identity. You do whatever you want to identify as for Twitch. And I've noticed that if I wear ears, props, my community loves it. They're like, fuck yeah, show us the ears today. I'm like, all right, here's my ears. I also sometimes will put stuff up here, but Pooh, the little demon penguin looking thing from Yu Yu Hakusho, he sometimes chills here, but he's kind of heavy, so I'm gonna like take. Otherwise, I'd wear like, you don't have to wear ear props. My community just likes it, but you can wear like ears, you can wear horns. Sometimes I'll wear a crown some days, a little tiara thing, because Ren Fair stuff was going on. I was like, fuck, I want to go to a Ren Fair. Other times I will wear cosplay props, so like the horns in particular, these are for my power cosplay. And sometimes I'll wear cosplay stuff on stream because people love cosplay. And people want to know, like, where'd you get your fucking horns at? By the way, the Shimmering Chimera makes these horns. They're like $45 fucking dollars. Expensive, but they're worth it. Same with these. These are like $25, but they're worth it. It's one of those things. People love characters. People love the fact that they can associate you with a character. Now, does that mean we also sexualize our characters? No, we don't do that here. Which goes also into like stuff that most people think gets viewers. Have I always been kind of lewd on my channel? Not really. Unless I'm fighting a boss, then that's a whole nother thing. To each their own. If you want to flash your cleavage, that's awesome. That's great. By all means, do you. But for me, I like to keep a classic kind of channel where I like to keep stuff covered. And maybe one day I will get to that point. But just, I like having a great community that is not slurping, dripping over things, you know, that are like out in the open. I don't want to be known for the big boob cleavage streamer. I don't want to be known for that. And there's excellent streamers that do have bigger boobs and like they know what they're doing and working with. But I prefer to not have that. So you kind of make that match with your image. I know this is kind of a weird segment to talk about, but I have to talk about it. Do what makes you feel comfortable, but don't let other people pressurize you, is what I'm basically trying to say. Like, don't feel pressured to, like, you have to show yourself to get more views, like, in this region, or, like, other, whatever, bizarre things that you're gonna do to get streams. Or people viewing, like, hey, I'm gonna do a 48-hour stream. I'm not gonna be eating, drinking water, or anything. Like, don't do shit like that, where you're gonna wear yourself out and, like, make yourself feel tired. Like, do stuff that you're going to be like, wow, I can do this every day and have a great time, instead of just mentally feeling exhausted. Because if you feel mentally exhausted, take a break. Don't do it. Come back when you're feeling like it. Which also leads into like a schedule. Schedules are super important. I think it's great to have a schedule. If you're not making a schedule, how are people going to find you? How are people going to like look at your stream and like just know when you're streaming? Which also goes into like having a Discord. I should be talking to myself when I say this, but most people have a Discord now. I am in the works of making one. It's just like a lot of server rules and stuff that I want to like finalize, make sure I'm doing the right thing, make sure that we have no spam bots asking for Discord and art. Dude, stop it. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, people love to have a Discord because that's like your community gets to talk to each other, and you can also provide different channels like a stream room. You can also have people talking to each other about art or whatever you're interested in. Like if you like football, talk about football there. I don't know, or like whatever. I'm just making up stuff on the spot like for that kind of thing. But I have a channel on YouTube that talks about tattoos. If they want to talk about tattoos in Discord, we'll have that there. But that's kind of like one of those things where Discord is nice to have your community come off of Twitch and be like, wow, okay, we can like interact with you, we can talk to you, we can talk about other stuff to other fans on there. Like I've had people on stream collab with each other and they just know like, oh hey, I'll go follow you. Like we all follow each other. We all know when we're live streaming. So it's kind of great that everybody is like a kind of a family a little bit. Also, don't get discouraged when things don't go your way, especially when you're seeing like the numbers and the digits for analytics. Like, okay, how come Twitch hasn't made me affiliate or partner yet? And you start getting frustrated by that. And it's like, you're not going to get it like the first month or the first week unless you know that many people are going to like, hey, come to my stream so I can get freaking famous on here. It's like, okay. Yeah, so don't get discouraged by that because you're going to have days where there are good streams and bad streams, and you're just going to have to roll with the punches, ban the people that are bad, and invite the people that are good. You know, like, so you kind of have to pick and choose your battles a little bit. And like games-wise, don't always choose something that is just like, hey, this is the game of the month. Let's go stream this. Because eventually, like after a week, you're going to have people bombarded to that game, and you're going to get washed out and not going to be seen on the, like, For You page technically, or like the FYP of Twitch. It's weird because Twitch is starting to look like TikTok, and I'm not sure if how I feel about that. It feels weird, but to each their own. It's been great. Just love the fact that everybody's kind of working in a community. There's probably a lot of other things I did not talk about. I just kind of wanted to like put this segment out there that like, yes, Twitch is a fun place, and I'm glad that I'm at where I'm at right now, but after a whole year of like working and grinding on this, it finally paid off. And it can take a long time to get that community. You're not always going to get that right away. There's going to be like days where you're like, fuck this, and you're going to be days like, okay, this isn't so bad. But yeah, just wanted to give you my 2 cents on how I feel about Twitch and how I feel about the whole aspect of building a community and how I got started. I will say it gets very easily to be distracted and not stay on the grind. Don't worry if you fall off of it, you'll get back to it. What's meant for you will stay. If it's not, it's going to go away. So try to be as optimistic as you can about it. Not everything is going to be perfect and like a silver road to the finish line, because once you get to affiliate, there's still a lot more things that you have to upkeep. And like, if you want to keep doing this, is this something you want to do in 5 years? Like, there's a lot of things that kind of go into it. And that's pretty much it. Like, there's more I could say, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to get going here so I can like probably stream in a little bit. Also, don't forget to take care of yourself, drink some water, get some good food in your belly. Don't worry about the expenses of streaming. Just focus on what you have right now, and the rest will come to you. So like a last thing as well, I will say this. I never started on a big PC. I've always had a laptop. And yes, I do have a monitor with like an HDMI cable hooked up to it, but if you can play games and modify the stream format to match your output, if that makes sense, like when you're streaming and it's not getting all choppy, like obviously reach out to Reddit and other places to like, how can I not make my stream so choppy? Because you don't want a laggy stream when you're streaming. Is the best way, I guess. You can like get more friends too and information by just reaching out and just being a community with other people. So hope you all enjoyed that. That was like my 2 cents on what has been happening, and thank you all so much for everyone that helps me get to this point. So thank you. Yeah, it's been really cool and very humbling as well. So thank you all so much. If you have any questions, leave them below. I will be going here. I've been doing like the whole Midwest goodbye where you're like, I'll be back, hang on. on. 45 minutes to an hour. Let me get out to the Okay. All right. I'm going to get going so I can stop being a brat right now. All right. See you guys. Thank you.